We live in a world where Netflix, Disney Plus, TikTok are all one tap away. And I know you love a good binge watch as much as I do. But here's the thing, no matter how many shows you start, you might have noticed that they don't always leave you feeling your best. Hi, I'm Tanya. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about books, lifestyle, and all the little things that make life feel intentional and inspiring. Today I want to share why, when you're deciding about picking a book or turning on Netflix, you might actually feel so much better choosing the book. Not because TV is bad, but because reading genuinely changes the way we spend our time and how we feel in our everyday lives. Let's be real, Netflix is easy. After a long day, you sit on your couch and you hit play and you don't have to think too much. It's comfort. And I'm sure you've had those nights too where you're sitting in front of your TV and you say, one more episode, and then it's 2 a.m. and you're still watching. It's fun in the moment, but afterwards, most of the time, you don't feel that great. You feel kind of drained, like you just spent hours without really experiencing anything, which is why I think reading hits different. And maybe you can relate to these too. Here is what books give us that Netflix just can't. The first thing is imagination and depth. When we're reading, we're not just watching someone else's vision play out, we're creating it in our heads. Our brain is filling in the voices, the details, the world. That's such a different level of engagement than sitting and watching a screen. Think about your favorite book. If someone asked you to imagine the world, you'd probably have a clear mental image. The colors, the setting, even the way the characters talk. That's because you built it in your imagination. And honestly, that sticks with you way longer than a show does. Number 2 is slowing down and being present. Reading forces you to slow down. With TV, it's easy to scroll on your phone, half zoned out and half watching. But with a book, you're fully there. Because if you don't pay attention, you're gonna have to reread the whole paragraph again. Your mind calms down and it feels like a pause in your day instead of adding more noise. Our minds are already racing every day with a million thoughts. And having that one thing that makes you pause and be in the moment will change the way you feel and live this day. The third thing is emotional connection. Some of the deepest emotions you'll ever feel come from books. Maybe you've cried over a character or laughed at a witty dialogue or finished a book and just sat there hugging it to your chest. Netflix stories are good, but books, they linger, they stay with you. They live in your head longer and they actually shape you. And that ties into the fourth thing, which is growth and reflection. Books help you grow. Fiction opens new perspectives and non-fiction gives you tools to live differently. When you finish a book, you're changed. Your thoughts are changed, your perspective. Maybe you get inspired and you want to do more. Maybe you change your opinion about something that was bothering you. Now compare that feeling to when you finish an entire show. You probably don't walk away with the same impact. I mean, I don't know about you, but honestly, sometimes I don't even remember what happened in season 1 by the time I start season 2. Especially if season 2 is only coming out next year. Then I'll have to rewatch the first season or find the summary. Now think about those weeks when you're stressed. Maybe your routine looks something like this. You come home, eat, flop on the couch, and watch Netflix until bedtime. It feels like relaxation, but really it's numbing. Now picture this. One night, instead of Netflix, you grab a book, make tea, and read a few chapters before bed. Suddenly, you feel calmer, lighter, like your brain got space to breathe. That difference is powerful. And it's usually in that moment that people realize that TV numbs you and reading restores you. Now, it doesn't have to be reading. It could be a hobby, maybe writing, painting, anything really. If during that time you feel present in the moment, that's all that matters. We need to live more. And when you're in front of the TV, you're not living. You're just spending your time watching and investing in a story that isn't yours. I heard this somewhere and I really like this saying. If I find it, I'm gonna put it on the screen. If your life was a book and once you read the page, you couldn't go back, Would you read it more carefully? Now, this isn't me saying never watch Netflix. I still do. There are amazing shows out there that feel like art and that have a deep message. But the balance shifts when you start noticing how each of these make you feel. If you have an hour left in your day, do you want to finish it feeling restored, inspired, and calm, or drained, overstimulated, and tired? That's why more often than not, I'll choose reading. And you might want to as well, but the choice is yours. It's your life. So why choose reading over Netflix? Well, because books give you more. More imagination, more presence, more emotion, more growth. It's not about books being better, it's about choosing what makes you feel most alive. Now, I'd love to hear from you. When you have an hour left of your day, do you choose reading or do you choose Netflix? If you choose reading, what's the one book you've read lately that stuck with you? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this cozy little chat, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It's a free way to help my channel grow and expand our little community. Thanks for spending time with me, and I'll see you soon.